nothing short of apocalyptic.
First they flood us, then they pushing us out.
Why don't we talk to your cousin? That dude a gangster and he make me nervous.
And what the hell are we?
We ain't no gangsters.
So the movie is Cutthroat City. What brought this project to you? How did you come into it?
The first time it came was about 7 years ago. The script landed on my hands and the story really resonated. A story about, 4 men, with artistic talent and trying to find a way, out of things. And it kind of reminded me of my own struggle as a Wu-Tang member, trying to make it and then going through the obstacles.
Y'all know Katrina means purification. Yeah. It provided the perfect opportunity for a long-awaited pretext for accelerated gentrification.
This is your third feature, right?
Third feature, yeah. The writer, Paul Kashuri, a very unique individual. His family has a police background. And he had just an interesting look at the cause of crime, being that he grew up in that kind of community. He actually came across the foundation of the story in some articles that was talking about how during Hurricane Katrina, New Orleans, there was a string of casinos that was robbed. Like New Orleans is very unique to have truck stop casinos. I don't think you find that in other states, others. Louisiana
they have drive-through daiquiris too. Have you heard about this?
So there was a string of these truck stop casino robberies. That kind of, I think, was the foundation for his inspiration to kind of put a light on that story.
Yeah, then it's like
it's on play time.
Yeah, then you did your whole shit.
Okay, let's try that. That'll be fun.
So 3 movies in. Do you feel like you're finding your way as a director?
I actually do think I found my voice. I started off, of course, with Man with the Iron Fist and my love for Kung Fu movies and Asian culture, spaghetti Western.
What if you help me? I'll forge my greatest weapon ever.
And that led to my second feature, which was a love story.
Oh, he is a cutie.
And I thought once I went through that feature, I think that was the one that showed that my taste and the kind of material that I wanted to bring to the screen would be broad. It would be similar to my, my taste in making music. You notice I make hip hop, I score movies. So the third feature really for me is what I would call the consolidation. It's like I feel concrete in my style of storytelling. And I think in this movie, when the audience get a chance to enjoy it, they will see a little twist of lime in my style of how I do things. And I think it'll be signature and appreciated.
Maybe you're a talented, educated Black man.
Well, none of that matter. Nah, because I'm still in the ninth ward.
The heart of this story is really about systemic inequality. This is a topic that people are thinking about and talking openly about given the news from the past few weeks. How are you as a Black man in America, as an artist, processing the dialogue that's going on right now?
Well, the first thing is that I guess the one part of me has to be appreciative that there is a dialogue. Many times, it's like somebody smells in the room and no one says nothing. But now, we're talking about it. And I'm glad that there's a brighter light being shined upon it. In the film, we show it in a way where our character, he's a college graduate. He went to college, he went to Tulane. He's expecting to enter society and make a living. But he goes in for jobs and it's like he's not accepted. And it is simply because of the color of his skin and his way of expressing his culture. So we got a couple of stigmas that the conversation should open up on. Of course, the systematic racism that's been put into our system and perpetrated over the years, but then also the blockage of the culture.
This type of assistance, the Ninth Ward isn't covered.
I guess my wish as a Black man is that when people see us with our aspirations, because aspiration is like a burning fire, that people help put logs on that fire so it could burn to its full potential, and don't let that aspiration turn to a case of desperation.
At a recent event, you spoke to how Hollywood can use its platform to fight systemic inequality, using their platform for change. So what do you see Hollywood's role as, I guess?
Our first role is to entertain you. And that's what You know, I turn on my TV set or my video games to be entertained. But in the midst, knowing that entertainment has such an inspiration and influence on culture, it becomes like another level of responsibility. And so there's an old hip hop brother who I love, and he used the word edutainment. I think KRS-One, he said edutainment. And we have the ability to entertain and educate. Like one of my favorite films is The Schindler's List, you know what I mean? And it's like, I didn't know this process that was happening, right? You just hear small stories of it. So a movie sometimes take you into a world and you're able to gather so much information that helps you look at things with another light. And so since Hollywood has that power, right? And it's used it for many other, you know, variations, whether we watching Troy, we watch, you know, Hercules, whether it's mythology, all these different styles of films, comedy, you know, Judd Apatow, and he gives you this look into households and families. All these things are educating us at the same time, and it's planting ideas in our head. So now that we see that we have a problem of the inequality and racism is a big challenge to overcome, we have a platform to educate about that. One, to show stories that could help us all understand each other better.
Storm's coming.
You know, I just kind of summarize it with this. I think love, right, is one of the strongest human qualities. And I think it's very, you know, I think it's the most powerful in all reality. And I like to define love as the highest elevation of understanding. And if we understand each other, right, we can begin to respect each other, which could lead to love. And I think hate is from the misunderstanding of each other. You know, we don't understand certain things, so we become the dislike or the prejudge through prejudice because we don't understand. You know what I mean? So Hollywood does have the power to bring forth the understanding through the stories that we tell. You know, I'm in this business because I'm a storyteller, but I also love stories. You know, the books I've read, you know, from being a fan of Greek mythology to being a fan of Asian culture and kung fu films and using these things as my escapism, right? They also educated me. How would I ever known that there was a Qing dynasty in the Shaolin temple that was, you know, 12,000 miles away from my home, and that people was going through similar struggles and similar oppression and similar heroics, right? If it wasn't for film. And for me, film has that power to enlighten as well. So we have a platform, and hopefully the community, you know, take the responsibility, as they say in Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. Let's use it.